Hi friends, hope you are all staying safe. Welcome to the latest episode of the Soccer Wiz podcast. Today is the part one of the Premier League clubs review. So we are going to review each club based on their performance till now, till game week 7. So we will start alphabetically. Before that, let me introduce two of the very known faces. One is Sunny, who is of course the host of this Soccerways website, and the second is Anirban, who has been with us in several podcasts earlier also, and has given us valuable inputs. So, hi, Sunny and Anirban, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, Soccerway.
Hey,
Nice to meet you all.
hey, Soccerway family. Hope you are all guys are doing good. Good to be back here.
All right, guys. So I hope you are as keen as some of the others, including myself, on the Premier League, and you have been following keenly the Premier League clubs till now. So we will start with the first club for today in our part one of this Premier League clubs review. So let us begin with Arsenal. So we have discussed about Arsenal and their prospects and their uh, the new direction of the club has taken recently after the appointment of Mikel Arteta. So we have seen their performances till now, and that has been hot and cold till now. I mean, they have defeated Manchester United after a long time at Old Trafford. However, they have been at the losing end against Leicester City, and their performance has not been one which can be taken for granted. So, what do you think about Arsenal's prospect based on their performance till now?
I think Arteta's tactics have made the team defensively well structured and defensively sound, which is saying something because through the ages since I've seen Arsenal play, I have never seen them defensively as sound as the team which is under Arteta today. But in my opinion, a number of things comes out in a negative cons section in Arsenal present state of play. I think there's no fluidity as is apparently very Arsenal way of playing. Fluidity in attack. A number of attacking players have lost their form, and to be honest, I'm surprised to find Aubameyang lose his scoring touch because I believe he's one of the most deadliest finishers in the game today, and a flair is missing, which is very hereditary in Arsenal's point of view. And the results of 1-0 and 2-1 versus teams in the Premier League is very un-Arsenal in my opinion.
That's right, Sunny. What do you think about Arsenal, Anirban? So we have spoken earlier on the prospects under Mikel Arteta. So needless to say that their defensive performances have increased this year. However, they have lacked attacking sharpness, and among that, we have a 72 million enigma in form of Nicolas Pepe, from whom Mikel Arteta is demanding more for the right reasons, of course. So, what do you think about their prospects, and where do you think they'll finish this year?
Well, as we have already touched on this point before, and I think you and Sunny have correctly pointed out. So it's time for Arsenal to deliver. At least they have to qualify for the Champions League. Otherwise, there will be massive financial implications on the club. And with the investments that have been done in form of Thomas Partey in the summer, I think the owners seem on track data to take them to Champions League. But as you have rightly pointed out, that the performance has been good, but there has been ups and downs. And so the attacking impetus, which has been synonymous with Arsene Wenger, Arsenal team is missing. And with the exclusion of Mesut Ozil, if Arsenal keeps on missing the creativity on the final attacking third, then question will come. So they have to step up their game now. They look defensively organized, but now they have to dominate the game and create chances and finish it off, which they have been doing in Europa against so-called minnows in Europe. But they have to transform the form in Premier League and do it. So in Manchester against Manchester United, we have seen them playing well, the end result was only 1-0, and that too was on a penalty. So I think from open play, they need to create more and convert their chances. The onus is on Arteta and the tactics team to have the right players in the right place and get the best out of Nicolas Pepe and match winner Aubameyang.
That's right, Anirban. So I'll ask you both a question for which I need an answer in binary. Do you see Arsenal finishing in the top six? Sunny, your answer? Yes or no?
Yes, definitely. Top four, in my opinion.
Cool. Anyone?
Yes, top six definitely.
Cool. That's right. We hope Arsenal, we get to see Arsenal finishing in not only the top six, but in the top four, and then get back to the Champions League where they really belong to. Let us move on to the next club, which is Aston Villa. So Villa had a dream start after fighting relegation last season. They had won the 4 matches to start the campaign back to back. But after that, in came 2 defeats, one against Leeds United, 3-0 at home, and the second against the high-flying Southampton, 4-3. But a lot of people believe that this start of Aston Villa is not a fluke. I mean, they have built a very, very good midfield comprising of players like Ross Barkley, Jack Grealish, John McGinn, and they have signed a good striker in form of Ollie Watkins. So how about Aston Villa? I mean, do you see them battling relegation this year as well, or do you see them comfortably finishing in mid-table or even fighting for the top 8? Sunny, what do you think?
I believe Aston Villa have a way of saying to people that the Premier League is unpredictable. They have a way of beating the big clubs like Liverpool and Manchester. I would distinctly point out the result against Liverpool 7-2. Do you really think we have ever imagined in our wildest of
That's
dreams
right. That cannot be fluke. Yeah,
any team
agreed.
beating Liverpool with 7 goals in the net? I don't really imagine that. I haven't really imagined that. But as you said, Aston Villa have not shown a consistency, but they do have some great players in their squad. But their manager, Dean Smith, I believe his tactics are more in question, unconvincing than the quality of the players in their squad. But I believe at the end of the season, they have a Richono and he'll be more demanding this season than the last. And I have a feeling that it won't end well with their manager. But I think they'll stay up uh, in contention with the Premier League. But really, some of the results they have 7-2 win against Liverpool, 3-0
And
defeat
also
at
a
home.
win against Leicester.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And 3-0 defeat at home against Leeds and
United.
Leeds United, and 4-3 defeat against Southampton at home. Difficult to say, but as you said, it's how it is.
Yeah, that's true. Anirban, do you agree with Sunny or do you have any other opinion?
Yeah, I would like to just add one point over here. I mean, we all say that Chelsea has the best transfer window this season. Probably that's right, but in their own financial capacity, judging by the place where they ended last season in the Premier League, I think Aston Villa had a massive transfer window. I mean, landing a talent like Ollie Watkins and then keeping their main talisman Jack Grealish in the club. So they have improved, and they have also uh, recruited Emi Martinez from Arsenal. So I think
Yeah.
they have strengthened all the way. So I hope they they won't be relegated. Certainly, I hope they challenge for top 10 at least, because yeah, they are excitingly too much. But I don't. I'm not sure that Dean Smith is the correct person to take them forward. So it's an exciting crop of players, and I think this team merits a more attacking and pragmatic coach.
Let's see how they go from here, anyone. So thanks for your reviews. But one thing is for sure that they have managed to reduce the dependence on Jack Grealish for sure. I mean, they have had good players, and we hope a club like Aston Villa manages to stay up in the Premier League.
Yeah,
All right,
correct.
thanks, gentlemen. The next one is Brighton and Hove Albion. So this is another club I would say is an enigma. I mean, their performances till now have been nothing less than remarkable. I mean, they have had great players like Tariq Lamptey, who has been on fire. They have caught the attention from all spheres of the footballing fraternity till now based on their performance, but that does not reflect by the points they have collected till now. They are still, falling in the relegation zone. So, what do you think? I mean, their performances are going to propel them upper in the Premier League, or they'll continue to be there where they are at the moment? We begin with Sunny.
I think, as you said, Lamptey has been the shining light in the season to date, in the campaign in the Premier League this season, with his electrifying pace. But defensively, his positioning has been questionable, and teams have noticed that. They have analysis on the Lamptey defensive errors which he makes, and but the saying that Brighton has been defensively structured in their matches, and results like 3-0 versus West Newcastle has been the only bright light in this thing campaign. But the way they play have given source for inspiration for the supporters, but I still believe they haven't got enough to stay up this season.
Good to hear that, Sunny. Anyone, do you agree with him, or
Um,
would
I
you
would
like to
kind
take
of
on?
disagree. I think because of the fact that I rate Graham Potter very much, so I think he was the manager when Ostersund uh, came to Arsenal in away Europa League and beat. So he has a positive way of playing. I'm not sure he has the right player of playing that kind in Brighton, but he has certainly installed some attacking patterns in Brighton's play, which is very exciting to watch. So I think they will stay up, but barely so. But yeah, as you say, I think even when they are playing good, their expected goals, if you see, they are not that much high. So I think they are missing the clinical finisher because Pascal Gross and Leonard Trossard, all the good wingers and wide forwards they are missing the clinical striker. Even Mope is not the clinical frontman they want him. He is a very good second striker, but I think they will struggle in the getting goals, although creating many chances. Yeah, that's a
All
problem
right.
for them. But I hope they will stay up.
Yeah, yeah. Same here. So let's see where Brighton go from here, whether they go back to the second division or they continue, they manage to stay up for the fifth season in the Premier League. Let's move on to Burnley. Now, Sean Dyche has seen this before, hasn't he? I mean, he has been in this position, and every time he has been here, he has managed to take the club out of this quagmire. So, what do you think? I mean, do you envisage Sean Dyche moving the club up once again, taking them out of the relegation zone, or do you see them getting relegated to the second division? Sunny?
I don't think so. Poor form, still to win a match in the league, 7 match days away, from the start, have scored in only 2 matches. And I don't think even Sean Dyche is a miracle worker, though he is, but I don't think even he can get the club out of this. But I do like him, but their results and their way of playing has much to be desired for. I think they're going to go down, uh, going with the 7 matches they have played this season.
That is right. And you have to take the fact into consideration that they have been dealing with the least amount of transfer budgets among all the Premier League clubs for 4 or 5 seasons now. So, what do you think, Anirban? I mean, do you see them going down? Do you see them staying up?
Yes, unfortunately for me, unfortunately, I would also agree with Sunny that Burnley is a relegation candidate this season because clubs around them has strengthened their transfer kitties and improved their squad and maybe brought in a new manager with some new impetus. But I don't see Burnley going forward. They are kind of stuck in the Sean Dyche playing football, which is not bad in its, but when their rivals and around them have strengthened, so I don't see them going up. I don't see where the goals will come from, and their defensive priorities have been exposed this season and even last season time and time again. So yeah, they unfortunately they have been long standing in Premier League, but they are a prime relegation candidate this season.
All right, thanks for that. But we really hope that Sean Dyche manages to swing his magical wand and propels Brighton, Burnley, so they can stay up in the Premier League. All right, up next, Chelsea, big club, big topic. Lot of incoming transfers, lot of money spent, but the club doesn't really look like challenging for the Premier League title yet under Frank Lampard. So I emphasize on that fact yet. I mean, in a year time or 2 years time, they may be a title challenger, but not yet. Their performances have not reflected the amount of money they have spent. They have brought in Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, Ben Chilwell, Hakim Ziyech. They are playing good, but playing in flashes. What do you think, Sunny? I mean, do you really see Chelsea finishing in the top four or even challenging for the title?
Calamitous defending. Still, people would like to point out to the fact that Kepa has been just incorrigible in goal, and you would really question the fact that who actually scouted him for a 80 million pound transfer from Spain to England, Chelsea. But even with Mendy and Silva, who I really think are the most sensible defenders in the club right now, there have been results like game week 6. We must have seen 3-3 versus Southampton when they were leading 3-0, and the same a few before against West Brom, 3-0 to 3-3. So you can that says as much. So team is gelling, that's for sure. They have some good results away from home. 3-0 win against a very pathetic Burnley side, in my opinion, and a 4-0 win against Crystal Palace. I think they're going to stay out of the top four this season.
All right. All gloomy from Sunny in terms of his verdict. Anirban, what do you think? What do you think Chelsea's prospects are this season? I mean, Frank Lampard has been backing his new players vehemently till now, and he's of the opinion that they need more time to settle in. What do you think about his comments on Chelsea's overall prospects?
Well, Chelsea has been a perpetual enigma in the last decade, hasn't it? I mean, whether all other clubs have thrived from stability and giving a new manager time to build on, Chelsea has, benefited from the shock value of changing the manager even after one semi-successful or successful season. So I think the expectation is high. We discussed in one of our previous podcasters that if you round up, Chelsea has spent in total of 237 million pounds in one single transfer window. I mean, that's crazy money in COVID market. Okay, so I think the team is starting to gel a bit, but yeah, even for Frank Lampard, so he's a good manager, but he's yet to establish his style on a Chelsea side, and they don't look as free flowing as they should be. Probably in time they will. I'm not sure whether they will finish in top 4, but if the squad remains injury free, which is a big concern for Chelsea. I mean, we all know Hakim Ziyech and Pulisic, all of them are kind of injury prone, unfortunately, and Warner and Havertz, they are having the first season in English football without winter break, so that will be a big challenge for them. But if they remain injury free, then they are a good candidate to finish in top 4. But otherwise, Lampard's job is in big danger.
I agree, Anirban, but we are sure that Chelsea are one of the key contenders in the fierce top 4 battle in the Premier League.
Of course.
It will be interesting to see how Frank Lampard manages his team to make into the top 4 and feature in the Champions League. All right, up next is Crystal Palace, a perennial mid-table fodder. Roy Hodgson has plied his trades in almost everywhere. He knows how to stay up, but this club, I don't see them getting anywhere near to the top eight. What do you think, guys? I mean, they have had some good recruits, but their performances have been the way that they have always performed. What do you think, Sunny? I mean, where do you see Crystal Palace finishing?
Well, I think the new signings have improved their attack, which was over dependent on Zaha, in my opinion, in the previous seasons. I would point my finger at Eze, purchased from QPR, and Nathaniel Klein from his previous club. And results like 3-1 victory against Manchester United in Old Trafford would probably be sold by the Palace fans as a Premier League trophy on their own. And as you said, they are perennial mid-table, so I would give them the mid-table trophy this season as
I
well.
would agree. I would agree. Hope anyone would also agree with that, or do you have some other opinion, anyone?
Uh, yeah, so Sunny has raised a good point. They have uh, strengthened their squad in the transfer window, which I pointed out that Burnley failed to do. So I think even they might struggle, but they will still stay up. Roy Hudson always finds a way somehow. So yeah, and they have reduced their dependence on Zaha. So all the best to them. Hopefully they will finish something like 15th, 16th, or 14th.
Alrighty. Everton, high flying start under Carlo Ancelotti. Key signings of James Rodriguez, 4-5 consecutive wins, followed by 3 consecutive losses against Southampton, Newcastle, and Manchester United. James Rodriguez missing in the last 3 games. The club has been lacking any edge in attack. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has been scoring for fun, but once again, 3 consecutive losses, which have seen them going down the league table. What do you think, Sunny? I mean, people have been saying that they are genuine top 4 or top 6 contender this season, but do you really think their bubble has really burst now?
I think Carlo Ancelotti has shown his man management and his pedigree as the world's one of the best coaches in the world right now, still in play. And though the last two game weeks defeats, as in 2-1 versus Newcastle, might have dented their uh, initial euphoria, but impressive result can't be ignored, like 2-0 victory versus Southampton and 4-2 versus Brighton. And my opinion, their best results till date has been the 5-2 victory against West Brom in game week 2. And I think Everton will still be in contention for the top 6.
All right, let us hear from anyone what he has to say about Everton.
I would agree on the top 6 part. So we have discussed in detail about Everton's midfield rebuild on one of our previous podcasts, but I think uh, the area they are lacking is a defensive structure. So although Michael Keane and Jerry Mina has not been, although they are good uh, going forward, heading in corners for the opponent box, that they are not that good in defending in their own box. So that might be a problem for them, and that might be the decider between finishing them top 6 or not, because Premier League is unforgiving. One mistake and you are down by 1 goal.
That's true. We really hope to see a new contender for the top 6, and I don't know, but we hope Everton can be that one.
Let's
So
hope.
let us keep a tab on them. Yeah. Up next, Fulham, one of the favorites for relegation. Uh, First win against West Brom, another relegation candidate. Last week, Alexander Mitrovic has always been prolific for them. Sunny, do you see them staying up?
Only 1 week in game week, one win in game week 7 versus West Brom, like you pointed out, 2-0 victory, where they really played impressive football. But apart from that, nothing really to point out. Defeats in almost every game week till date. In my opinion, a repeat of last season when they were in the Premier League. So, as you said, favors to go down.
That's right. Anyone, what do you think?
Yeah, I totally agree with Sunny. So I'd just like to point out one fact. So when the first game week they faced Arsenal on Craven Cottage, their back four was almost as same as when they got relegated a couple of years back. So there has not been much improvement on their squad, even on defending. So it's kind of shocking, I would say. So I don't see all under the guidance of Scott Parker they are staying up without divisive turn of fortune or sudden change of managerial fortune, which might happen. It's Premier League, it's unpredictable, but as of now, they are big down.
Right. All right. Let's move on to Leeds United. Enigma for this season in the Premier League. Team managed by Marcelo Bielsa started with brilliant performance against Liverpool, scored a plenty. Patrick Bamford, their striker, has come good. They defeated the high-flying Aston Villa, but their performances in the last 2 weeks have been subpar. They have had a heavy loss against Leicester 4-1 last week. What do you think, Sunny? Do you really think Leeds will go up to the top six, or they'll be a mid-table battler, or even a relegation fodder?
I would point out to the fact that, like you even highlighted it, they are an impressive attacking unit. And results like 3-0 victory against Aston Villa away from home has been proof of that. And even I would like to say that there is something pazza, or the Italian word, which describes craziness about their coach who has songs written on him as a manager. He even tells his team to attack when they're 3-0 up, and results like 4-3 victory versus Fulham when they were leading 3-1, and 4-3 defeat against Liverpool, which I have, in my opinion, one of the best matches I've ever seen. And I really wanted Leeds to win that day because they were just that good. And but in my opinion, the best match Leeds have played till date in the Premier League under Bielsa has been the 1-1 draw versus Man City, and the fact that Pep Guardiola was speechless both in his post-match interview and the conversation with Bielsa after the match is proof of the fact. But in my opinion, they can end up anywhere. It depends on them, how many goals they score, how well they defend. They could be anywhere.
That's right. It's hard to predict Leeds this season, anyone. What do you think?
Well, I think Sunny's last sentence sums it up. They can end up in anywhere. So they and in a season they can uh, end up 15th, or they can end up 7th or 8th maybe. So it's they are a really most hardest side to break. So Bielsa's 4-1-4-1 has really uh, has been a new fresh tactics in Premier League level. But then again, I'm not sure he has the correct players to execute all them. His players thrive on physicality and constant pressing. They are accustomed to playing 46 matches a season, but the quality of opponent in Premier League is too much. And we have seen, although they are good pressing attacking side, they are vulnerable in the back. And their new signing Robin Koch is still, and the goalkeeper is also young, so they are still getting used to Premier League. So I think in some of the matches, although with that good attacking prowess, they will concede the back. So maybe somewhere between 10 to 16th. It's really hard to predict.
That's right. That's right. But what one thing we really hope for is another scintillating performance similar to what they have exhibited in the opening game against Liverpool. All right. The last team that we are going to review in this episode of the Soccer Wiz podcast today is Leicester City. So Leicester has been another club who has been trying to challenge for the top six consistently over the last few seasons. And this season, their start has not been bad. In fact, in some of the games, they have exhibited a very, very good performances. What do you think? And Jamie Vardy has been, ever present, omnipresent figure for them. What do you think, Sunny? Where do you see Leicester finishing?
I think Vardy is one of the legendary characters in the Premier League, and he has only solidified that fact with his performance this season. And results like 1-0 victory against Arsenal in Emirates and 2-5 victory against Manchester City in Etihad will prove the fact that Leicester are no pushovers. They're going to push every club in the top six this season. But disastrous results at home, like a 1-0 defeat versus Villa and 3-0 defeat versus West Ham at home is going to cost them at the end of the season. So I would say top six again, but not good enough. But I would like to point out the fact that performance of Harvey Barnes has been upgrade this
Yeah,
season for Leicester, and I hope
that's
that
right.
he can help get the team up this season.
That's right. That's right. We agree with the fact that Harvey Barnes has been a standout performer. I mean, upcoming talent for Leicester after James Madison. What do you think, Anirban? Do you agree with Sunny on Leicester's prospects for a top six finish?
I think they will push for a top six finish, but I'm not sure whether they will manage to end up in the end of the season, because I don't think their squad depth is that good. But I think definitely they will finish somewhere between sixth, seventh, and eighth. And from the title winning season, you would think that Jamie Vardy is going to stop. He's going old, but he's just going on and on and on. It's really surprising how can one man carry that. And this season, Roddy Tillemans is coming onto form. I mean, they are not even missing the injured Madison. So although the results have been kind of surprising ups and downs, Brendan Rodgers is a good coach. So I think top eight is very realistic, and even they will push for top six.
That's right. We all hope that Leicester can push for the top six and spring another surprise when they went on to claim the Premier League title a few years back. So thanks, guys. Thanks, Sunny and everyone, for your valuable inputs. Uh, so that's that, friends, for today from the Soccer Way podcast. So we will be coming up shortly with the part 2 of the Premier League clubs review for the rest of the clubs in the league. Till then, stay tuned and stay safe. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Yeah, bye.
Bye,
Always
Sunny.
good
Bye,
talking to you.
anyone.
Bye.
Bye all. Thank you.